it's fantastic. But once you hike in there, it kind of ruins the top for you forever.
I can't figure out how you hiked down there when you were 3 years old.
There's
How
got
did
to
you
be a
make
good trail
you must
somewhere.
have had long legs as a
As
3-year-old.
a 2-year-old, in fact.
You probably get carried down then.
That's not what they said.
Really?
Yeah, that's the whole point of the story was that I walked the whole way. I'll have to get the detail about how we got down to the bottom. It's pretty fast. I can see walking that part. It's getting down there that I agree. I doubt I did that by myself as a 2-year-old.
So do you wanna talk about your encounter here or not?
Oh, I already did a little bit. But, I mean, to call it an encounter, I don't know.
So let me preface with a
Go ahead.
beginning of a short, and then you can do the story, okay? This is Roger Ray,
And Tina K.
and we're here at Canyon de Chelly, Arizona, as a kind of reconnaissance mission. So when we come back at night, we're going to summon in and look for craft.
Yep. This is my cue.
Let's do it again. All right.
No, because I don't know what I want to say yet. I'm not ready.
Oh, you're not ready? Okay. Did I hear a horse whinny right
Yeah,
now?
there's horses down there.
But yeah, but look at that echo. Look how far that is. I heard it
See if I
whinny.
can show you.
I heard those horses whinny from way up here, like Winnie the Pooh.
There they are. Yep. You see, got one horse. Now the rest of them are in shadow already.
Right, and from up here, I immediately heard them breathing.
Yeah, I heard that too. That's cool.
That's great acoustics.
They vanished. I don't see them anymore.
They're in the shadows down there. They're gone.
Yeah, okay, now I see them. All right. So he wants me to talk about my encounter, and I'm hesitant only because I don't actually remember this. It's a past life regression thing, and it would have happened when I was 2. So no conscious memory of it other than what I saw in my regression, which was kind of a reliving of that moment of the hike and then me sitting down in the dirt afterwards and my family walking on for some period of time before they noticed I was protesting. And it was weird that I was encountering that in a regression. So obviously we're like, well, look around. What do you see? And so I looked around and I saw like a saucer just on the ground. And I don't know, some kind of small grays or some kind of grays brought me onto the ship. And then I was interacting with the people on there, the beings. And I don't remember specifically what they looked like, but I remember the emotions and the feeling was that I was visiting family and I was up and down on laps and just kind of playing and having a good time until it was time. And then there was all these huge waves of grief and emotion and not wanting to go, not wanting to leave them. So for whatever that's worth, that felt like family to me. So I don't know what it means and I don't know who it was. But in my experience with past life regression, and I am a trained past life regression therapist, so I've had extensive sessions done on myself. That's part of our training. And that's when this happened. But in my experience and my training, if it's the emotion that you can't fake, you might make up a picture, maybe, imagination gets you started in a lot of these cases, but you the emotion. And then when it changes afterwards, you just have to trust yourself and accept that it's probably something to it.
Well, thank you for sharing that. So right now, are you sensing any inklings of that, or not really? It's not really in your mind.
Well, kind of. I mean, again, it's not super conscious, but it's kind of what you spoke to at the beginning of the live. It's like, how does it feel? And when we weren't able to come here in February, when we were here, I wasn't able to get the feel for it. But now that we're here, yeah, I mean, kind of gives you a kind of a tingle across the back of your back, right? I don't know.
Well, I'm just thinking for how visually stunning this was for you as a 3-year-old. It must have been
Oh, I'm sure.
just, I mean, this is like out of a science fiction movie. This does not look like Earth.
No. But you have to remember I was living not far from here at that age, so
True,
this was not
but
completely out of the
still,
norm.
yeah, for a 3-year-old. So, those of you just joining us, this is Roger Ray,
And Tina K.
and we're with Native UFO on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and we are here at Canyon de Chelly in Arizona, one of uh, the outcroppings of the uh, Chaco Canyon culture that we're assembling a story where the origin or the center point of alien ship activity is in Chaco Canyon. And so, based on that logic, we're here now at Canyon de Chelly, and we're going to do a live here at night. But we thought right now during the day we'd give you a peek of what we're looking at because there's just no way at night can you appreciate what this is, the depth of this. And now the acoustics are really got me interested.
Right
We
when you
actually,
walked up, yeah, there was flute music coming from
there was
the
flute
White House.
playing music. Yeah, it could have been from just a house down here somewhere, echoing through the canyon.
Well, there was people too down there
Wait,
at the time.
who needs a telephone down there?
Right.
Hey, George, come over for dinner.
You're funny. How do you have internet? We have Starlink Mini.
Yep.
So that's why it's part of the fun is that we can do lives out here now.
Or take you to very remote places that we know where alien craft like to hide. So, ready or not, here we come.
Well, speaking of that, would you be able to speak to what you kind of saw last night? Would you want to?
Well, we were at the campground, and which was it's a little distance from here, but what we figured out is we could use our e-bikes. We got really cool e-bikes, and we're gonna take the Starlink Mini in our backpack and head here at night. Ooh, how stupid is that, huh?
Right?
And so, I was just kind of in the campground walking around at night, and I did believe I saw a craft in the faint distance. But what I've been doing is what's called remote viewing. Try to get a sense of where they might be traveling or emanating of around here. And so, in my mind's eye and in sleep, I come here and I visit, I peruse around, and part of this comes from my experience with an alien craft. I think after that, I somewhat became attuned about where they are, or where their plasma technology is because plasma is a kind of intelligence. I don't know if I'm rambling, but
Oh, you're doing good, but continue. You were going to talk about what you saw, the ship, the being in the ship.
yeah, I'm not ready to talk about that yet.
Okay, that's the part I meant.
You try to spring back on me there? Oh, talking about that, huh? Oh, brother.
Oh, what was your experience, please?
Oh, the alien. Yeah, this is December 17th, 2017, which is a significant date in ufology too. That's where there was that musician. Remember that musician who came out with a bunch of other UFO people
No.
on
Oh,
the
yeah. Right.
Anyway,
Go on.
so at that
I can't remember his name
particular,
at the moment.
it was a Saturday, and that particular night, me and a friend were in the Navajo forest, and we were just venturing around in a four-wheel drive, not knowing where we were, and we just stumbled across this lake, and I won't say what the lake is. And so we got out, and I at that time had a pretty crude night vision, but I was looking approximately north from the lake and saw a glowing ball. And I lowered the night vision, and it's like, it's not there except under night vision. And then it started descending and it landed. And shortly after that, my friend and I heard this large rumbling sound, like if you were to take a sheet of steel and be able to flap it. It was that kind of thunder, and this was in the middle of a forest, nothing, no industry or anything. So then shortly after that, we basically saw a dozen eyes. That's all you could see was their eyes and floating. Happened to you, you would like, I don't know, go in shock.
Freak out.
Well, we were like, yes, how you guys doing? You know, not that quite jovial, but we were excited. And then they slowly ventured off. Then we got bombarded by a frequency, and it was non-audible, and but it was in our head simultaneously, and it both that frequency has changed both of our lives in tremendous. And so now, what is it? 7 years, 8 years later, um, I constantly get information about the quantum field and how to interact with it, how consciousness and plasma all take part in a conscious physics, or I'm sorry, a quantum physics consciousness that you can basically, with love and with from my experience with the creator's co blessing, if that's a word, um, you can do anything you want.
Okay, a couple questions. We need to say again where we are. But before we do that, a follow-up question to your story was, how big was the glowing ball?
I'm thinking right around 40 feet, and then later, I actually took Tina there. Remember that, Tina?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I took her to the landing spot, and
With your friend.
with our friend, and she shut the portal down.
Yeah.
You want
I'm like anti paranormal girl. So yeah, they took me to the place. There's a video. You did a video of that
Did I?
spot. It's
Yeah.
on a different YouTube channel that I'm not sure we should mention, but we can.
Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, he took me to the spot where there's like, it looked like a kind of like a divot, like you'd see like on a golf course, like not a small one, but what would that be called? Where you go out and you're, I don't, not a golfer, can you tell? But anyway, it looked kind of like that, and so they were in there taking measurements and getting all these EMF readings and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, hey, you try it." So I did. Walked in, got no readings, and then nobody got any readings after that either. It just didn't work anymore.
Right, right. And this, we believe, was the exact location where the craft had landed. This was in the forest, so all we saw was descend. But just based on our visual distance and direction, we're pretty confident this is where it landed. And about 9 months later, that's where I found a very fresh pair of Bigfoot prints.
I guess I didn't realize that was the same spot.
The
where it
very
landed.
same spot.
Okay, all right.
Oh, you
I
didn't know
missed
that?
No, I missed that connection.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So the inference is did Bigfoot jump off the UFO?
Well, I don't know if I'm the only one, but I heard a theory recently that I think is very valid, that the Bigfoot guard the portals, and that they're well, they're basically groundkeepers of the earth, but specifically where there's portals and things of that nature, they are there. And they can, obviously they're multidimensional, interdimensional. They can just hop through a portal whenever they want, but I believe they are guardians of the earth.
I like that. I like that, since a number of my patients have told me that they've seen Bigfoot in this very Canyon de Chelly area, like walking right down in this valley and living in caves somewhere within this valley.
Yeah. We have a question about how long the Grand Canyon is. This is actually Canyon de Chelly, but do you know? Oh, we have more questions about your craft that you saw too. First of all, we just looked this up on the map. Do you know how long this whole Canyon de Chelly system kind of is?
Good question. I can only guess. I'd say it, what, 15 miles?
At least.
It's vast.
Yeah.
It's vast, and it's honeycombed with all of
Right, and there's
these.
all these little fingers going through. Yeah, it's cool. Sorry, I
Yeah,
interrupted you.
yeah, that's fine.
Okay, and then Leslie would like you to describe the craft more if you can.
Well, it was only really a large glowing ball of plasma. That's all we saw. And then when it landed behind the trees, we didn't know what it um, had, because my theory from my images and video is that you're seeing a plasma ball, but really what's inside of it is a metallic saucer. You can make the argument, is it a drone? Well, yeah, you can make, but not on the middle of the Indian
But
reservation.
what does it drone even mean? Like something human that we don't, or human made that nobody's actually manning, I guess is what we mean by a drone. But I think it's possible that some of the UFOs are quote unquote drone if they're not manned by, but they may not be human
Right,
created either.
right, it's just a generalized term, but, so, yeah, all I saw was a plasma ball, but, in my profile, you'll see a picture of a saucer, and it says, um, "Alien ship after Navajo fire," something like that,
Right.
and that's exactly what I'm talking about. So, I mean, no one obviously knows how these craft work, but my conjecture from my research is that they create a gravity bubble. This gravity bubble and interacts with the quantum field because it's a multidimensional craft, and in doing so, it emits plasma as a surrounding energy field, and so that's what you're seeing, and when it's powered up. But when it powers down, I think you'll actually see a physical saucer.
Or a triangle craft,
Or
as
a
your
triangle
patient who
craft,
saw
or yeah,
recently just in
right,
this area.
right.
Now, could they be reverse engineered? Yes. Could they be by our government? Yes. Are they? We don't know. But there's so much history here, and whatever there is, if they are man-made, they were reverse engineered from something, and it's been here a lot longer than we have. And I don't think that's all that we're seeing by any means.
Right. Well, as William Tompkins said, everything that you were taught, either academically or historically, is a lie,
Right.
complete lie. So we really don't know our history, or it's either been highly tainted, or basically we've been sold a bill of goods. So what does that mean? Well, I mean, that's part of my motivation for doing native UFO, because I believe the knowledge of natives, of the ancients, hints towards them being very versed in quantum physics from their art, which is the intersecting triangles, that now mathematically a case can be made that that vector system can maintain a black hole. So then, this integration with everything, because we all are really one, including the aliens. We are all one through quantum entanglement.
That's right.
And that's very central to Native American culture and beliefs. So I believe they're in position more than anyone to have first, if not ongoing, alien contact.
Wait, what was that statement? Say that again.
That the indigenous are positioned to be the first to have open alien contact on a regular basis.
That's been going on though.
That's been going on, but not in the mainstream, or not in the 3D,
True.
or however you want to say it.
True. Not totally out in the open. Very cool. I asked you this yesterday. Somebody asked it if this is Black Mesa back here. It could be. We don't.
Yeah,
Honestly, we asked ourselves that question but didn't answer it. So sorry about that.
well, if because now Canyon de Chelly is more of a national monument, so we feel that it's okay to stay exactly where we are, as opposed to other places on the reservation that we don't say where we are. But Canyon de Chelly is very significant and sacred to the Navajo. A lot of history here, and I don't feel really qualified to go into it too much.
Right. Got some good comments. Let me go back a little bit if you're done with that thought for now.
Sure.
Tim Beaton says, "What if I would just tell you they're not aliens but time travelers? That's why they don't stop." It's an interesting theory.
Well,
I believe all things are possible.
if you travel faster than the speed of light, which you have to get here, you're a time traveler.
You have to travel through a portal. Speed of light is just old news, honey.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. You're describing the same
Right.
Exactly. Process.
Ultimately, that's true. Oh, Jackie's here. Hi, Jackie.
Hi, Jackie. We're at Canyon de Chelly, Jackie, in Arizona. We're kind of scouting out the place for a night live here. So, but we thought you'd like to see it during the day. It's just so beautiful.
Yeah, and to clarify, we're not necessarily doing it tonight, but we might. Who knows? I think we'll have to feed the dogs first before I'm going to agree to that. But
well, we have a very comfortable camper. In fact, so comfortable we didn't do the live last night.
Well, here's the thing. We both work full-time jobs, and I was too tired yesterday to really do this, but we wanted to do it anyway because that's the best night. Like when he's not working and I'm not working is a Saturday night, like once a month or once every 2 weeks or something. And so we really wanted to just get out here and do it. But in spite of the fact that that didn't quite happen, we're thrilled at what we're finding. We're learning this area for future outings and tours and things we'd like to do with groups of people. And frankly, it's just amazing to stand out here in the sun and take in all this energy and without getting too weird in the new codes from the sun. Anybody who's into that will already know what I mean. The rest of you can roll your eyes at me. That's fine.
Well, even last night when we got to the campground, which was pretty close to here, it was in a grove of trees. There was nobody there. And we're like, and it's only like an hour from our place. Like, oh man, what an escape.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then we took a walk up onto the hill and kind of looked around and I'm like, yeah. So this is definitely going to be part of our future UFO tours.
Yep. Yeah. Yes, Ernie, there are trails. I'm showing you the road. There is a trail from right here. We just haven't found how to go down, but it's about 2 miles down to this White House ruins. So we will be doing that at some point.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the horsebacking tour. So that's something else we're investigating for our visitors when they come, that you ride horseback in this canyon. Wow, that would be phenomenal. And of course, we'll have the mini Starlink in our backpack.
Yeah. So we did stay near here last night at the, what is it, Cottonwood Campground?
Cottonwood Campground,
And
yeah.
then we discovered this morning there's also a lodge. You can see we're pretty spontaneous. Sometimes we do our homework as we go.
Half asleep.
But, we're trying to do a lot in our lives. So sometimes we just have to go for it.
How old is the world according to Native Americans? Well, that's a good question. In my recent interview with Carlos Nakai, he didn't say it directly like this, but he believes the indigenous are the oldest uh, and progenitor of all of us. And going back uh, before the Anasazi, which, you know, when we're there, actually before the Anunnaki.
Really?
That's what he said.
Wow.
So what is the Anunnaki?
Oh, that's nobody knows because
Nobody
we
knows.
use the term so interchangeably
Right. It could
it's
be
just full of mystery.
millions of years old.
Yeah.
So I had said this just a few minutes ago, going back to William Tompkins, who you can look up, everything that we were taught about history and uh, academics, geology, it's all a lie. It's all made up. We don't know our true origins. Yes, you can look at the DNA records, but what about hybridization that possibly could have been done to us? You know, how does that get thrown in the mix? So it's just safer to claim ignorance.
Right. And I think that's what's important is to realize we just don't know, and so much is possible. So there's a sense of wonder, and but also there are certain things we can't know, carbon dating and whatnot. But to think that we know everything just based on what we've found so far is, to me, patently absurd. So,
Well, yeah, I was having a Thanksgiving dinner with this wonderful gentleman, very, electronics guy, worked at the certain of the observatories. And so he had seen UFOs with us. He was on board. And I said, look, Mark, you know, 99% of what's out there is energy. And we don't know how, we don't have the instrumentation to even know those energies. We made up dark matter. We made it up. We're as some kind of explanation why where galaxies are escaping almost the speed of light. So if we don't even have the understanding of 99% of the universe, how possibly could we even take a stance that we know anything? That we're just maybe a manifestation of that unknown energy field slash consciousness slash quantum field,
no.
you know? And so we're all as equally ignorant as an anthill. So, we shouldn't be, being cruel to each other because you have red ants and black ants. It's just ridiculous.
Exactly.
It's just ridiculous.
Exactly. Very well said. Gregory, you're funny. Gregory says, when the cowboys were chasing the Indians, they stopped here and had the first dinner with Columbus.
I have to think about that one. Well, we think we should wrap it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, your thing's there. Well, thank you everybody for stopping and joining. I hope you can remember and view these on YouTube, Native UFO, my YouTube channel. That's where all our lives are. And we'll be producing shorts from this. And then we'll be back here at night to do a live. We can't wait. This was just magical 24 hours, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. We're all fired up. Hope you guys are too, and we look forward to more.
All right. We'll talk to you guys soon. Have a pleasant Sunday and live long and prosper.
Engage.
Engage. Bye bye.